Alright, thanks so much for watching this video today. We're really excited to show you our vision for the Student Success Hub at Kresge College. My name is Ryan Harden. I use he, him pronouns. I am the CUIP intern at the Cove, and I'm a fourth-year transfer.
My name is Liam. I am a fourth-year transfer as well, a psychology major, and my pronouns are he, him, and I am a lead ambassador at the Cove.
Hi, my name is Mia. I'm a second-year psychology major and lead ambassador at the Cove, and I use she, her, hers pronouns.
Okay, so before we get into the specifics of the referendum here, I just want to talk about some of our broader goals. Primarily what we're trying to do with this is to give students the opportunity to vote on creating a permanent space for our recovery, basic needs, and counseling and case management services here on campus. And we'd also like to put down roots, meaning we have a vision of sort of a neighborhood of services here. Okay, so in order to understand where we want to take this thing, we need to understand where we are now. So currently the Cove, Slug Support, and the Pantry are all temporarily housed. And even CAPS, which many of us feel like is a permanent institution here on campus, has about a third of their therapists spread around in temporary housing as well. So it's time to institutionalize these services, give them their own permanent spaces, and make sure that they can't be taken away.
And in addition to being temporarily housed, all of these resources are stigmatized. Mental health resources, food insecurity, and recovery all carry stigma with them, which means that students who have to run across campus have even harder of a time getting what they need. That's what's so great about the hub model that we're proposing, that the hub model is trauma-informed and it'll allow students to get what they need easier. Imagine if they were at a CAPS appointment and they found out that they haven't had a meal that day. The CAPS therapist could walk them right over to the Slug Pantry, which is right there within the building, and that would be a much more nuanced approach to serving our students on this campus.
So these three programs provide basic needs, recovery services, and counseling to thousands of students. In the last school year, 10,300 unique students were served, with a total of over 26,000 students being served. Or 26,000 student visits, which is exponential. And this is a big increase from the year before, where 9,700 students were served, and just this past fall alone, we've seen over 5,000 individual students served. So we're already set to serve much more than we have in past years, and it just goes to show how utilized these resources are on this campus and how necessary it is to institutionalize them for future students.
So the good news is we have some really encouraging data about this. Many of you will be familiar with the fact that we tried to run a similar referendum last year. And for that referendum, we smashed through the 25% voting threshold. We had 35% of the student body voting, and of that 35%, about 60% voted yes. So we're just a few percentage points away from getting this thing passed, and we feel we have a lot of momentum going into this year.
So how the fee would work if passed, there would be a $25 per student per quarter fee charged to all undergraduate and graduate students starting in the year 2024. And this would only begin once the building is built and occupied. And that fee would continue for the next 30 years until the loan for the building is paid off. And at that point, the fee would be reduced to a $10 fee per student per quarter. And this would be used for maintenance reserve. And would be charged to both undergraduates and graduate students.
So as a student, I understand there are some fees that I don't really understand why I'm paying, but there are also some fees I do understand. For example, the Graduate Student Commons, updates to OPERS, the expansion on the Student Health Center. I think that the Student Success Hub at Kresge is one of those fees that I would really feel good paying. And what's great about a student fee is that all the funds raised for those buildings are going to stay within those buildings. They can't go anywhere else on campus. So imagine a food pantry that will never be taken away. So that was all that we had to talk to you about today. We look forward to answering any questions that you may have, and we believe that students do have the right to be able to vote on this, and we hope that you would agree.